Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's MLP Season 8, Episode 11, Molt Down. Now this episode was hyped for me, and I was like, oh, sweet, what's gonna happen? You know, especially with a ominously serious title like Molt Down, it made me think Meltdown, like a volcano, that kind of thing. But obviously Molt, I now know, is referring to scales or something. I don't know what's going on with Spike, but I kind of know where this is going, and I was really gutted to learn about it, because that would have been an awesome thing to be blind on. Oh, it sucks. It really sucks knowing what I do. This is basically going to be the way I felt going into Magical Mystery Cure, because the promotion from Hasbro, Twi'lek was everywhere. Like, if you were watching the show as it was coming out, you knew what was happening before you even watched that. Any blind reactions I've seen to Magical Mystery Cure are from reactors who started from Season 4 onwards, who weren't around in the fandom when that promotion was going on. So even though I wasn't reacting at the time, I wasn't blind for Twi'lek, and yet that still ended up being one of my favourite episodes for a long time. Not only because musicals are a weakness of mine, which I will admit, but also because I felt the episode was genuinely beautiful in its own right. It doesn't necessarily ruin an episode to know the big moment that's coming in it, but I still feel like I was robbed of something in this particular instance, because it's a question many people have wanted answering. Will Spike ever get his own wings as a dragon? And it really sucks that I was explicitly spoiled that it was going to happen. And, you know, it was, I guess it was my fault, because I think it was in the general cartoons channel of one of the Discord servers I'm in. Someone said, "Oh, I heard Spike's got wings now," and that was it. I instantly put it together that they weren't just memeing because of the title Molt Down, and I've seen an image of Spike covered in rashes, sort of thing, and like, damn it! Like, just one comment ruined it. But hopefully it didn't. I'm really hoping, just like with Magical Mystery Cure, this can be an enjoyable experience. I don't know the context of how it happens. I don't know why it's happening. I don't know if it's I don't know if you have to be a specific age and he's finally reached it. You know, maybe all dragons start off this way and then they get wings when they reach that certain stage, because all those teen dragons, they had like half-length wings, like those might not have been on them for very many years, so it's possible. It's possible this is an age thing, and Spike's finally old enough. It makes sense that the CMCs have been allowed to grow that little bit older and taller, so I guess now we're giving an upgrade to Spike so that he can fly alongside Twilight, which is awesome. I just wish I'd have been able to see it blind as a reveal. But, as I say, there's nothing we can do about that now. All I can do is tell you what I know and how I hope to enjoy this episode regardless of what I know. Oh, it is absolutely killing me, heat-wise, here. This is pretty much 24 hours after I recorded episode 10, and it's still not any better. Like, humidity. Like, I really hope my brain doesn't fry out. I really, really hope so. Because I want to watch these episodes and catch up. Like, I've been missing out on amazingness. And obviously the season's going to keep ramping up. And I want to make good use of my hiatus time to catch up on other shows I'm meant to be watching. So, you know, I feel like I have to fight through it. Even if it sounds self-destructive or a bit whiny. No, you don't understand. Temperature is like my biggest weakness. Not only does it affect my concentration, like at the end of the previous video, but I have chronic sweats, and my hat gets really itchy and uncomfortable. I'll have to commit to leaving it alone for a bit, but it's just a thing. I don't know what it is, I just get so hot. It's just as well that I'm about to watch an episode about dragons, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to hopefully hold on and watch 3 episodes of MLP today. Obviously this one, the CMC episode 12, and then the Mean 6. Hopefully I can watch all 3 today, starting with Molt down, and here we go.
I do appreciate you showing me the way to the Phoenix Nest, Spike.
Oh, Pee-wee!
You, Rarity. Besides, I've been meaning to visit Pee-wee.
Yes!
He really was an excellent pet. Can't imagine why you set him free.
Phoenixes aren't meant to be domesticated.
Exactly.
Even in the wild, they like to keep them
Why
pets.
didn't you enslave it for life?
Well, they are beautiful. A few of their feathers will add just the right splash of color to my latest... Spike! What are you doing?
Nothing.
Is there something wrong with you?
Oh, the start of the red marks?
It's a stone scale. It isn't magical or anything like the Call of the Dragon Lord. It's just red and itchy and embarrassing.
Oh, you're getting acne! You're growing up!
Ooh, precious pants. That does
Precious
look
pants.
uncomfortable. But even I get the odd blemish from time to time. It's nothing to be embarrassed by.
Hey, kids watching, you don't have to be embarrassed about your pimples as you get older watching this show. That's
Just
cool.
Don't get the shampoo.
There's Pee-wee's parents.
This is
But I
Spike's
don't
coming
think
of age episode, oh my goodness.
Doubt. Every pony has to leave the nest at some point.
Pee-wee!
Wow, how you've grown.
Ouch!
Finders keepers.
Visit sooner rather than later.
I don't want any pony else to see this. Besides, I'm sure it'll clear up after a good night's sleep.
No, you're gonna wake up a pimply boy.
I can't believe you're still asleep.
Teenagers sleep a
5 more
lot.
minutes.
It's nearly noon and you promised to help me with my lecture for
He is a
class today.
teenager, sleeping till noon.
Oh, I slept like a rock. Which reminds me, all that sleep probably cleared up my stone scale.
No.
On second thought, you can go back to sleep if you want.
What happened to me? I don't understand. Seen all I can see as my time expands. What's up with you? What's up with me? What's up with you? What's up with me? I'm not the one. I can't pretend. What would I be if I did it all again?
I think you look kind of stylish, Spike.
Spike, what are you doing?
Hiding from my hideous face.
I'm sure it feels terrible.
Didn't we learn
But
a
it's
lesson
just a
about
breakout.
this with
It's not the
Rarity's
end of the
mane?
world.
That's easy for you to say. Your face isn't covered in itchy red spots.
I used to get terrible breakouts anytime I had a
Teenage
final exam with
stuff.
Celestia, who probably never had a blemish her whole life.
Oh.
Well, I'm not in magic school.
No, but these things can be stress related, and you did spend yesterday with Rarity.
What could possibly be stressful about that?
You could try Zecora. She makes a cream that...
Works wonders, I've heard. But I'm not leaving the castle until my face is back to its adorable self.
It's still adorable.
Fine, but you're still gonna help me practice my lecture. The element
You
of
still have to
generosity
do your
and its
homework.
importance in relation to the other elements of harmony. My lecture!
This is why you
I
save
don't know what
copies.
happened. I just had a sudden case of indigestion. I'm so sorry.
Is that the dragon equivalent of barfing?
I'm sure I can rewrite the lecture from
Did
my
he
notes.
just vomit?
I have a lot.
I can help you with...
Maybe you should leave the castle after all, and go somewhere less flammable?
Crystal isn't flammable. You could send him to a beach and have him make more glass.
Hey there. Not handsome.
Oh, Spike!
She's gonna think you look fabulous. You're covered in red diamonds.
Very noir-esque. I believe Shadow Spade herself would approve.
Thanks.
But I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking it off.
What? Oh, I...
Strip for me, dear.
Sorry, you'll have to speak up. My ears are a little bit clogged or something. It's just that I absolutely must have a model for my phoenix feather dress, and no pony else is available.
Sorry, Rarity, but I am super busy all day giving tours of the school.
Really? I thought I was giving tours today. Guess not. Free day!
Free day.
Classrooms are that way. Dorms are that way. Twilight's office is up there. This is a fountain.
This is a fountain. I did not know that.
We've come a long way to see the school, and I don't want to miss anything.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Is something wrong?
What? Why? No.
You're like an
Do all the
animal
dragons
with
at this school
worms.
suffer from scale issues?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
His voice is
I'm
breaking.
sorry.
This
Did
is
you
totally
say
a teenager
fireworks
episode.
show?
I said, I don't know.
I'm deaf now.
This is a school library. It's one of the most serene spots on campus where students
Loud noises.
find reflection or study.
I'm introducing you to the library.
Could you please stop shouting?
Loudly
I'm trying to
do
do
I
homework,
introduce
and
you.
It's kind of distracting.
Was I shouting?
All right, you kind of did. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, avoid flammable places. Now, did Smolder go through this? Yes, please. Because she looks quite
If
young.
you're trying to hide, you need to do a better job. All I had to do was follow the smoke.
This is great, a bonding episode with these two.
What?
Leave me alone.
I can't Was that sleeves made of foam?
I said, leave me alone.
Wow! I have seen some pretty bad molts in my time, but
Yeah,
yours
she knows
tastes
all about it.
fake.
Molts?
The molt, super painful stone scales, fire burps, uncontrollable
Burps, okay.
volume shifts. It's all part of growing up dragon. Congrats!
Spike is finally
Oh,
a dragon
sorry.
teen. So she
No,
went through this as well.
The
That's
last time I
great.
grew up, I turned into a giant greedy monster.
Greed-induced bigness. That's totally different.
Oh, so they're
The
clearing
molt
up that,
is
making sure it
completely
isn't a
normal.
retcon.
Every dragon goes through it. Pretty soon you'll leave and strike out on your own.
Why would I do that?
Have you been living with ponies your whole life?
Yep.
Oh. Well, in the Dragonlands, a molter's loved ones kicks them out at the first stone scale.
What? Why?
Well, I think it's biological. We call it the molt effect. I haven't even told you about the smell.
Smell? Ah,
Yeah.
Body odor!
I love my brother and all, but one whiff and I was all, see ya! Speaking of which...
Wait! Does the Molt effect happen to ponies too? Twilight already asked me to leave the castle today. If she kicks me out, where am I gonna live? I'm too young to grow up.
That's what everybody feels.
A horde of gems to guard or a village to terrorize. Oh, now that dragons and ponies are friends, I guess that's off the table.
So,
yeah.
No creature's gonna want to be around me?
Oh, I didn't say that. That mold stench is a magnet for predators. Tatzelworms, hydras, rocks.
Well then.
Dragons are scared of rocks?
R-O-C-S. Rocks. Humongous birds of prey that can snack on a mold.
We're gonna see one, aren't we?
So, Twilight's kicking me out and the only creatures who don't find me disgusting want to eat me?
Seriously, I heard none of that.
Twilight's kicking me
I like
out
this
and the only
dynamic.
creatures who don't find me disgusting want to eat me?
And I'm definitely appreciating this episode.
The shouting closet! Because
Pinky!
Also, where's that Brussels sprouts covered in cotton candy smell coming from? Because it is really interesting.
I like how she doesn't think it's disgusting.
I didn't know where else to go. I can't take the chance that Twilight will kick me out. You aren't feeling any mold effects, are you?
When it comes to
Oh, wow.
I've seen all
You know you smell
circumstances,
bad if the
but
witch
as
doctor
for
almost throws up
smell,
at the smell of you.
Let's not take any chances.
The recording booth would have been fun to see for this episode, with her holding her nose.
The ailments you have aren't something to cure. The molt's a condition that dragons endure.
But if any pony sees or smells me right now, they'll be so grossed out they'll avoid me forever.
Perhaps we can lessen this strange molt effect. The smell is the most likely cause, I suspect.
It's all so embarrassing.
I know you are speaking, but I can't hear a thing. Are you talking about teaching asparagus to sing?
I said it's embarrassing!
If the goal is to not have your friends all depart, perhaps your volume is where we should start.
Oh no.
Well, okay.
Sakura! Hello? Are you there?
Hello!
Can't let Rarity see me like this! Please don't let her know I'm here!
I think there's nothing to worry about, Spike.
Talking even louder than I thought, aren't I?
I have volume concerns today by the scores, but it seems that I'm ready to help you with yours.
I'm sorry? I can't seem to hear anything. I was hoping you could help.
Oh, so Rarity's thing about having her ears clogged earlier.
1 minute I was sewing phoenix feathers onto a dress, and the next I couldn't hear my own voice.
Wow, Rarity's
The
currently
feathers
deaf.
of that bird can affect ponies' ears. It's a magic ailment I've treated for years.
Okay, that's good.
I know you're talking because your mouth is going up and down.
Everybody having hearing problems this episode.
Goodness, I hope that incredibly pungent odor belongs to some sort of magical curative. I hope you are not busy, but I must have my hearing back. It turns out that I talk to myself
No,
while I
Rarity
sew,
should stay like
and
this.
in that conversation I simply can't think.
And I love Rarity, but I just think it's hilarious that she's shouting all the time.
1 or 2 drops in each of your ears.
Oh, thank you. You're an ear saver. Oh, and while I am here, do you have any blemish cream? Spike is having some scale issues.
You have no idea!
Oh, I think I heard something. Your cure is working already.
The cream that you want is just over here. It's a popular potion for all creatures this year.
Oh, thank you, Sakura.
I really think you've got nothing to worry about, dude.
But I do think your hut could use an airing out.
Rarity's gone. There's no need to hide.
Has he been swiped by that bird?
Though I wonder if we should continue outside. can't treat your symptoms down there on the ground. It's safe to come out. There's no ponies
Oh, okay,
around.
he's fine.
I'm not hiding from ponies. I'm hiding from that!
Hey! Okay, so I was like 80% right. It just hadn't swiped him yet.
Did I forget to mention the Molt smell attracts predators?
That's something that would have been quite nice to know, but it's not worth discussing right now. We should go.
Okay, so, I'm a little bit disappointed that this isn't a full episode of Spike and Smolder, but it's always nice to get more Zakora.
This way, Birdie Bird! Molten Dragon over here! Okay, maybe this wasn't a good plan.
You can't hide in a tree. You have to come down. We stand a much better chance on the ground.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought fleeing up a tree from a bird was the best option either. If anything, I'd have fled underground.
Here.
Rarity, you have to get out of here. There's a giant rock trying to eat me. It's got Zakora.
Yes. What? Yeah, I was just at Zakora's, but I'm heading back. I can't read these instructions. Does this say 2 drops once a day or 1 drop twice a day?
No
Rarity, there's no time.
medical issues.
We have to get help.
Yes, my ears are completely closed.
Ah, okay, so he probably transforms to help save Rarity.
Here, I picked up just the thing.
Oh! Ooh!
Escaped either claw of this bird. But
I both like and hate this view.
What?
It's great from an animation and set piece perspective, but looks kinda gross in practice. Oh yeah, that feels good.
Spike, what are you doing?
He's clearly going Kaioken.
Didn't itch so much, and we weren't in immediate danger. This would be really embarrassing.
Danger?
Yeah, how does nobody notice that bird until it's too late?
Well, I was headed to Zakora's to get some cream for your scales. I had no idea you were...
About to be eaten by a giant predator attracted to my Molt smell?
Molt smell?
Wow, this is one hungry bird.
And Zakora.
It's not satisfied with the catches it already has.
Scratching long enough to dive out of the way when that bird attacks.
Oh wow, aerial battle!
This isn't the first time I've been in the clutches of a horrible giant creature, but it doesn't get any easier.
Last time it was Spike.
Ah, finally. I didn't think that itching would
They're
ever
gonna
stop.
flip up. Oh. Oh, well, see you in 1,000 years.
You can't run.
Well, Spike's gone for 1,000 years. Oh, it's like a cocoon. And his old scales all molted off. Okay. The Princess Spike cometh.
Did I just smell
Behold, behold. That is pretty sweet. They match his character design really well.
I've got to help them.
Here we go. First time flying. Thank you. Don't make him perfect right away. Oh, this is going to change so much now that Spike is airborne.
Whoops.
Spike, how did you get wings?
I don't know.
Science, bro. Twilight can be like, now you know how I felt.
Do you think you can fly up and distract him while I work on freeing Cora and Rarity?
Oh, this is so awesome!
Hey, giant chicken! If you like dragons so much, come and get me!
Game over right there. Ah!
Greetings.
Well, he really got the hang of this quickly. Probably because he's meant to have them. Ah.
I know that the Molt produce surprising things, but I'm glad that the last was a new pair of wings.
Yes, and also I'm glad you've got wings!
This is amazing. I didn't
Death
know
Rarity
that.
is one of the best things
I'm
about this
so happy
episode.
you. Does
For
it have
fun
something
factor.
to do with this Molt you were talking about?
It's what's been going on with me. The breakout, the fire burps. The molt is when dragons get older and start to change. I wish I could stop it, but I can't. I should go.
Go? What are you talking about?
In the Dragonlands, families make molters leave home. It's called the Molt effect.
Well, this isn't
Well, if you
the
live with
Dragonlance,
ponies-
and Molt effect or no, I don't want you going anywhere.
You don't have to move out.
I'm growing up. What if something even
Unless your
worse
name is
happens?
Zephyr Breeze.
You're supposed to grow up, but you'll always be you. And whatever happens, we'll get through it together.
So is Spike officially a Team Dragon now? That's what I want to know.
Let's go home!
I don't need to carry you anymore, do I? You have wings.
They are new, and I don't want to overdo it.
He wants a ride from his mama. Cut him a break.
I can't believe you thought any of us would send you away because of some silly molt effect. Even if the symptoms were slightly unsettling, and let's face it,
Vomit-inducing.
they wasn't pleasant. No pony would stop caring for you just because you were getting older. Every pony goes through changes. Sometimes change can be wonderful. Like being able to model for any length of dress. A bit higher, darling, please.
I'm glad to help, Rarity. But don't you think there's wonderful things about flying that don't involve dresses?
Of course, darling. Flying will also be beneficial for you to help me with gowns, frocks, robes, shifts, skirts, minis, and...
Exactly. Okay, that was a pleasant affair, and I'm really glad that knowing about the wings didn't hurt the episode, because it was a small detail in the grand scale of everything that was happening. I mean, the whole thing of it being referred to as a molt early on sort of suggests some sort of change happening, so I guess it's something you might predict anyway, considering what we think we know about dragons. So that's fine, that's absolutely fine. I'm really, really glad. Something that I drew endless amusement from is how this episode is obviously targeted towards the kids watching who are starting to go through teenage changes. Like, don't worry about the future, you know, about being kicked out. Don't worry about being rejected for your imperfections, like your zits and your odors. You know, don't worry about you losing your voice sometimes. Like, it's all part and parcel of growing up, and the people around you love you. That is so great. That is excellent. And it's very fitting as well, because if you consider this show has been going for like 8 years, there are kids who started watching this at 5 who are like 13 if they watched all the way through the show. So it also makes a lot of sense to, at this stage, include an episode like this, because there will be several fans who this really does apply to, who have been long-time fans of the show and just need that little bit of encouragement and positive messaging. This is what shows like this have a wonderful opportunity to do. Like, the messages they put forth to an audience that needs them. Like, oh, that... I have nothing but love and praise for that kind of thing. And Spike was the perfect character to do this for, because of how young he is and how he did have the potential for change, like getting his wings. So now we know that that is probably the transition from baby dragon to teen dragon. It's the process of getting the wings. So it was. I also appreciated the fact that we got the students involved again. We spent more time at the school, and Smolder got to give her direct dragon experience involved with Spike and share an anecdote with him. That was so good for both Smolder and Spike, and I'm sure that's going to inspire a lot of shipping between them because they're closer in age group than Spike's been to any potential relationship so far, so I assume people are going to probably latch to that one now. But I think it was an interesting dynamic, and like I say, I was disappointed that we didn't have a whole episode with them hanging out with each other, but throwing Zecora in isn't a bad substitution. In fact, it's a quite welcome substitution. More Zecora is always good. Rarity was the surprise standout gag of the episode, with just being deaf and shouting everything she said. Once I caught on to what they were doing, that only got funnier and funnier as she said more and more lines, so that was great. But yeah, gonna be a lot of fun to see what this means going forward. Spike having his wings, there'll be no more incidents like when he fell through the clouds in the season 5 finale and had to be saved. He's got his own wings now. He can fly. Spike can fly. That's so awesome. Oh my goodness. You know, I wasn't in the greatest of moods today, but watching episodes like these cheer me right up. Oh, it's so rewarding to watch this show, even after all this time, and I think that really speaks to just how good of a show it is. Even if there's episodes that you might not rate as highly, like episode 9, the overall level of the show remains incredibly high. Like, compared to where it was in like season 1 to 3, as yeah, this is a good show, season 4 and 5 I felt kicked it up a step, and then season 6 was like, let's ride the top of that, but season 7 and season 8 have shot up to a new height for me with how I've been enjoying these episodes and what they've done for me as an experience. Like, for me, the show's better than it's ever been, like, just for how it makes me feel to watch it, and because I've been told this season is just gonna get crazier and crazier, I can't even imagine how high I'll think the bar for this series is by the time we get the finale. And the potential for Spike doing things in the future has increased now that he's airborne. We might even see him starting to get even stronger in other departments. Like, I wonder if he can consistently make a fire blast that huge now. And I don't mean like the ceremonial size that he managed to do on that ice block at the Equestria Games. I mean like that straight tunnel flamethrower sort of breath. That'd be so cool to see him do that on a regular basis against enemies, even if it doesn't work. Oh. Well, yeah, that's about it. I absolutely love this. This is going to be an episode I'm going to binge reactions to while my camera recharges, because the amount of people who will have freaked out over this, I can't even imagine. This is Magical Mystery Cure 2.0, but with no musical numbers. And depending on who you ask, that's for better or worse. Looking forward to episode 12, which I will get to in a little while. Yeah, I shall see you guys next time.